What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about HyperLiquid token today. Hype is what the ticker is. If that sounds good to you, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. I'm talking about this coin because I looked at the top performer over the last 24 hours. I keep seeing it. I heard about it right before it came out. I forget where I heard it from. Maybe it was on Crypto Banter. Maybe it was on Ivan on Text. So somebody was talking about it before it came out. Maybe it was, who cares? Here we are at about $9 billion. Okay, so I want you guys to understand, okay, HyperLiquid, whatever this coin is, I don't know too much about the fundamentals. I read a little bit on it, but truthfully, it all just kind of went out the ear. It does seem like promising tech. It does seem like it has some hype around it, no pun intended. But it's at $9.3 billion in a market cap right now, okay? I understand that it's been very bullish over the past couple of weeks. I understand its chart just seems to keep going up. If we look at the hype chart on gate.io, this is its overall chart, right? It's existed for a little bit longer. Very, very bullish chart. But the reason why I have it on KuCoin is because I think it's more pertinent to review the price, relatively speaking, if we're going to talk about relative price action, right? And I think KuCoin also having the most volume, it might be more important to analyze using this volume. So here we are at $28.14. Okay, HyperLiquid itself, if we look at the max time frame that it's existed, we go back, it's been around since November 29th. It came out the very end of November of this year. It started at a, what kind of market cap was it at down there? Started at, well, a zero, yeah. Started at a $1 billion market cap, guys. It came out at a $1 billion market cap. And it's already done an almost a near 10x, a 9x, right? So that to me just screams no interest. Like, I have no interest in buying this thing. I want you guys to go through the history. If you're bored, go through the history of cryptos. Go look at all their charts, their existence of charts that exist by market cap. No coin ever has seen a $100 billion market cap in their first cycle. Okay, other than Ethereum. There's no other coin that has seen a $100 billion market cap in its first cycle other than Ethereum. It's just not, it's not possible. So here's this thing at about $9 billion right now. To get to a $100 billion market cap, that's going to take about from here a little bit more than a 10x to get to a $100 billion market cap. Essentially, what I'm saying is, even from this price, even though it might seem like the most bullish thing that's happened over the past couple of weeks, and it's been a fun run since it came out, it doesn't even have a 10x left in its cycle, right? There are plenty of cryptos right now. The average, if you guys watch my video, it's not my most recent others video, but let's see, hold on. Others here. I'm gonna attach this video in the description, in the link below. I'm gonna leave a link. No others. What is it? It was this one. It was your altcoins will, yeah, 16x from here. This video. I'm not gonna play it. I just want to share it. How do I share it? Whatever, I'll figure that out later. But this video goes over why I think the average altcoin will 16x from the day of that making, right? I think it's like a 13 or a 14x now, right? Hype, it doesn't even have that potential. It would be lucky, I think, to see a 9x from here, let alone a 10x, let alone anything more than that, right? So being that the minimum expected targets for most coins is anything from a 16x to a 13x going on through the rest of the cycle, as bullish as it is now, it might not be worth, if you're looking for a short-term gain, okay, cool. But if you're looking for long-term gains, it might not be worth getting into. The reason I'm making this video is because, again, I've noticed this thing at the top of the charts. I've noticed it climbing the ranks since it came out, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. And a lot of people get this idea to buy coins when they've hit their peak, not before they hit their peak. So I'm making this video in efforts to not get anybody the wrong ideas. You know, do whatever you want. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but if you want to buy a coin that hasn't even existed for a month and it's already worth $9 billion in crypto, you're probably not going to see dramatically large gains. You probably won't. So this thing here, very bullish. Let's get into the technical analysis bit, right? Looking at KuCoin here, it's been very bullish for like its whole existence, right? But I think that that's about to change. I do think that that's about to turn around. If you look at the readings in the RSI, very, very strong readings. But now you are seeing some of the weaker readings that you've seen since you've been listed on KuCoin, really, right? In this whole move up, volume isn't dying off, or at least it doesn't look like it on the 4 hour. But as we go to shorter term time frames, I think it'll be more obvious that we are starting to turn around here. We might not turn around exactly right here. We could, you know, you're at 28 bucks. Maybe you progress all the way up to 36 bucks before you turn around. Maybe you up to 44 bucks before you turn around. From a time perspective, though, not from a price perspective, but from a time perspective, I would guess within the next week, by the end of this week, I would think HyperLiquid sees a bit of a pullback. Any person who buys from like today or has bought maybe even within the last week to buying by the end of this week, any person buying in that time frame over the rest of the month of December and probably even going into January, you're going to experience some kind of correction while the rest of crypto is going up. That's why I'm making this video. I don't want that to happen to any of you. So again, hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you like content like this, where I try to keep you informed and prepared to not make the wrong decisions. Hopefully, you can't get them right all the time. I'm not always right, man. Sometimes I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. I've been right before. I'll be right again. Right. I don't want to say it like I'm not always right, as in like most of the time I'm right. You know, even though not that it matters. Who cares? But yes, I know that I am right more often than I'm wrong. But again, that doesn't matter, man. You could be right 9 out of 10 times and still lose money. You could be wrong 9 out of 10 times and still make money, right? As long as you have good risk management, you're going to make money. If you have poor risk management, it doesn't matter how often you're right. So that's you don't really ever hear me brag about being right. Sometimes when we're on a hot streak, okay, I'll toot my horn a little bit, but I'm going over such great details to just explain pointless stuff. What I'm trying to say, back to the 4-hour thing, was that we're seeing weaker readings right now. It doesn't look like it's dying off to any degree, but if you do see, you've got a high here, a lower high, another lower high, and even a slightly lower high here. That technically is one drive of bearish divergence, 2 drives, 3 drives of bearish divergence technically, and you have higher highs going up the whole way. And if that's not good enough for you going all the way back here, okay, fine. At least accept, you know, these 3 peaks right here. You got a high, a lower high. Is that actually a lower high? Maybe that's a higher high. Maybe it's not 3 peaks bearish. That is a slightly higher high, but still a double top on something that is not a double top. It's growing. That is a form of bearish divergence in itself. But again, weaker readings here, moving up at the same pace, showing weaker readings. That could be a sign that you're about to turn around. Maybe it's still strong readings on the 4-hour RSI. You could build up higher, but I'm thinking that you're coming from a time perspective to an end of this move. If we look at the 1-hour time frame, you can look at the RSI here and see the same kind of story. Very strong readings at first, weaker readings, still moving up here, but weaker readings. And then now, on the 1-hour perspective, you can see volume's actually kind of dying out. You're seeing the volume die off right now. And recently, over the past like 5 hours, you've moved up. You've had green candles moving up without any volume, without any average volume. It's all been below average volume, and you've rejected the overbought zone time and time and time again. What gives me the thought that you could continue to go up from here, and I think that you do probably go up a little bit more from here before you turn around, is the fact that, yes, you have been overbought 3 times, or rejected from the overbought zone 3 times, but you just haven't gone down. Generally speaking, when you reject something this often, or even like once, it should be good enough for you to correct. But the fact that you've done it 3 times and you haven't corrected yet, you've remained tenacious, makes me believe you have one last little hoorah of a move up before you start moving down. And I would suspect that move comes between now and the next 3 days, personally, but probably today is what my thoughts would be. You know, kind of similar circumstances here, right? You bounce off your oversold zone over here, you bounce off it again, that was bullish. You started to turn around from there, right? Bouncing off it here, bouncing off it there. Actually, that goes against what I was just saying. Maybe because these are further apart, that was bullish. These being closer together and not rejecting, I still would think is bullish. But who knows? Maybe you do reject it. Maybe you do go down. But I think that you will go up. Let's look at the 15-minute time frame real quick. The 15-minute looks bullish. I mean, it's really hard to say with this kind of chart because it really all does just look so bullish. But I'm going to stick with that. I think that HyperLiquid right now, being at just below $9 or $10 billion, it would make sense that it might want to grow a little bit more to that $10 billion area, find psychological resistance there, reject from that zone, and probably pull back. I would suspect that while HyperLiquid has been having a field day since the end of November, it's been, you know, the shining star in the top 100 list for most of its life, which is not a long life at all. I don't know if it deserves a $10 billion market cap, right? Most coins have to be around at least for a season before they're up at these high ratings, right? Coins that come into high ratings like this that are that have had a very short existence, they normally dump immensely, right? I would bet with the correction that's coming for HyperLiquid, it will get taken out of the top 100, if not knocked very low in the rankings. But I think it will be knocked. It'll get knocked out of the top 100 because not only is it going to drop and correct while the market's moving up, but if it's dropping, other coins are moving up. It's gonna propel its loss in the rankings, right? There's going to be coins from the top 200, top 500 that make it up to the top 100 in the time that this thing corrects. So I think I've made my point. I think I said everything that I need to say. Please don't buy a coin that's worth $10 billion in the first month of its existence. Please don't do that. I don't care what the fundamentals, what the hype says, right? It's about to sell off. You should definitely get out. And that's all I got to say. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. None of it's financial advice. It's just my genuine opinions. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.